Alright, tap in. Tonight wasn't just about the final score. This was about how the Knicks won. A 130 to 125 win over the Pelicans. And what stood out immediately, Mike Brown played 12 players tonight. Not 8, not 9, 12. Here's the wild part. 11 out of the 12 scored. Everybody gave you something. Buckets, rebounds, defense, movement. Everybody contributed. Brunson controlled the game. OG did the dirty work. Cat held the paint. The bench stepped in and didn't sink the ship. This wasn't hero ball. This wasn't one guy saving the night. This was a real team win. So now we got to ask the big question. Is this the most complete Knicks team we've ever seen? Because your coach trusts the whole roster, and the whole roster answers the call. That's how special seasons start. Let's talk about it. Let's go Knicks. Somebody got to do it.
It's the intro.
Mic check 1, 2. Tell these rappers I'm outside, get them start acting up. Turning hoes to housewives, I'm cleaning the ratchet up. Do it off from boom back to melody rap. If they can put you in the box, then you might as well pack it up. Bars having bars, no cap, I'm Attica, you a precinct. How y'all competing when y'all just decent? Your rhyme efficiency's like logic simplicity. Don't tell me how much that you black, cause I don't see it. That's it. Welcome to Precinct. Fuck the ball. Fuck everybody on the floor. When we say on the finals, bring that same energy, nigga.
I'm going to do some quick maintenance. We're going to skip the usual phrase intro because sis was in the building tonight, and we're going to get her to hype us up tonight. So I'll do some quick maintenance. Make sure if you subscribe to the YouTube, press the like button. Sharing is always caring. You know what I mean? Go cop some merch. The Shopify scrolling across the bottom of the screen right now. Now, sis, hype us up.
Bro, the Knicks always find a damn way. Always find a way. Let me say this. Jalen Brunson is a bad motherfucker. Belt to ass on the Pelicans all fucking night, especially when we needed him the most. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. I was in there like, that's a bad boy. That's a bad boy. Guys in the back. He too small. He a little boy. That's a bad boy. You gonna eat your words. Trust me. You gonna eat your words in the fourth motherfucking quarter. And that's what he did. It was a good game. It was closer than I thought it was gonna be. Sadiq Bey went up crazy in the first quarter and ain't do a motherfucking thing the rest of the game. Do y'all want him on the Knicks? Is that what you want? Someone that puts up 4 points for the rest of the game after he was hot as hell? I'm just saying, Knicks fans, come on, man. Like, be appreciative of what the hell we seeing. Yo, y'all know I'm Mama Knicks. Mo Diawara went the fuck off today. Quietly had, 18 points?
Quiet?
Mission. I love it. I love it. He's getting comfortable. It's great to see. This is what building a little confidence in these young guys do. I love it. It was a good game to be at. Close game, but the Knicks always find a way. And, man, I'm proud of this team.
So yeah. Tonight, obviously, the game was closer than we all expected to be. I mean, shout out to sis for being in the building tonight in New Orleans and representing. Yeah, I mean, not only for
it's New Orleans.
New Orleans, I forgot.
New Orleans. That's how they say it up in the
New Orleans.
Her fiance is from there, so I gotta put that New Orleans. You
New
know what I mean?
Orleans.
New Orleans. Yeah,
New
feel me? I'm
Orleans.
bad.
I
You
thought it
feel
was
me?
New Orleans too. I ain't gonna hold you, but okay.
Listen,
I thought it
I
was
I
that
am
too. I
nothing
ain't
but a
gonna lie.
Yankee. You feel me? I am nothing but a Yankee. You feel me? But sis was down there. She was representing not only for the Knicks and Ish fan base, but for the whole entire Knicks fan base. Because when she go,
Word.
sis told me how she give it up in those buildings. You know what I mean? So I know she was holding it down.
Look, I literally have to warn folks. I get crazy. You sitting next to me, just know it gets crazy next to me.
Yeah. Well, but yeah, tonight was definitely closer than we expected. Tough game from Zion. He came out playing, like Sis mentioned. Sadiq Bey played well in the first half and turned into the invisible man in the second half. But shout out to OG for not only playing stellar defense, because even though Zion had a good game, it was a lot of good defensive plays from OG tonight. And still contributed on the offensive end. And then you already mentioned what happened with the bench and everybody else that stepped up. So I'm not going to be too long-winded. I'm going to, finish up my soliloquy at the end after I speak to the rest of the panel. But Knickerbocker Ave, talk to me. How you felt tonight?
It was a heavyweight fight. Definitely not the most defensively sound game that you would ever want to see from the Knicks. But you already knew that the Knicks were the superior team. They were the superior defensive team, and it was going to come down to crunch time minutes and who was going to answer the call. And you already knew who was going to answer the call. You knew JB was going to do JB things. You knew that OG was going to be a defensive stopper. You knew that Mikal Bridges was going to be alongside him trying to be a defensive stopper. But it was a collection of the New York Knicks players. Karl-Anthony Towns, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Trey Jameson. You had Mohamed Diawara. You had Kevin McCullough Jr. You had Tyler Kolek. You had Deuce McBride back, first game back in 3 weeks. Shout out to him. And you knew what you were going to get out of this. So it was going to come down to a battle of wills. And we know the Knicks are the superior team. New Orleans has been, now on a 4-game losing streak. They've always been hurt, and that's always going to be their argument. It's like, they're never at a full strength. But, hey, you play who's in front of you with the guys that you got. And fortunately, the Knicks, having who they have, having the talent they have, and exactly how T-Time, started the game. Coach Brown, shout out to Coach Brown. He played 12 guys off the bench. He didn't have Mitchell Robinson tonight for whatever reason, but he played 12 guys, and 11 of them scored and contributed, and each one of them did something, to contribute to a victory. And that's how the Knicks end up with, with the dub tonight. That's, I'm plain and simple. I just have a question for Sis, when she gets settled in, because I think we mentioned that a little bit back and forth in the chat, but it sounded like it was like a 60-40 split on TV. But since you were, boots on the ground, you were in the Smoothie King Center, how loud were the Knicks fans in comparison to the Pelican fans in the Smoothie King Center tonight?
So we were pretty loud. I mean, I want to say an even 50-50. But yeah, we were loud. We were hella loud. I don't know if y'all heard it on TV, but we were screaming MVP when JB was at the line in the first half. And yeah, they tried to boo us quiet. But yeah, Knicks fans always show out here. And I don't know where they're from. Like, I heard a few people have asked me at the game, like, where you from? I'm like, I'm from the Bronx. And they like, yeah, it ain't a lot of us out here. So I don't know if like fans traveled here, because there's not a lot of New Yorkers that live in New Orleans. I'm here pretty often. And I don't know a lot of New Yorkers from out here.
Hey guys, follow up.
Kev, talk to me.
I gotta say, man, that was the kid Diawara. I don't want to mispronounce his name, but
Mo.
um, that was a pretty loud 18 points to me. Dead ass. Like it started off from the gate when he
He did.
posted homie up and took it to the rack, and then he shot a quick three right after that, the next possession. He was locked in today, not just offensively but defensively as well, which I'm pretty impressed because he's a rookie, right? A second, I think we got him in the second round. Um, so like for us to be able to play these young kids and for them to play like the way they're playing, to me it says a lot. It says a lot about our coach too, that puts the belief in them to go out there and to be able to do what they do on a every game basis. It says a lot by him, by trusting his players. Because man, I gotta say, them guys played real great basketball today. I mean, I know it was a struggle throughout the game. The Pelicans really was giving us a hard time, and not just a few quarters, but I feel like they was playing full quarter basketballs. It's just that we were able to make plays at the end of the game that was able to turn it around to our advantage. Um, but shout out to the Pelicans, man. They played great. They gave us a hard time. I ain't gonna lie, like I at one point in the game I said, man, this don't look right. Like it is they just giving us work. Zion was hungry. I haven't seen him play like that in a long time. I was like, okay, if this is the Zion that we're gonna get, Jesus Christ. I feel bad for these guys, man, because they were playing physical. He was being physical with OG. And OG, yo, listen. Shout out to OG. I mean, he kept going back and forth with Zion throughout the whole, like after that second quarter, because I think the first quarter he scored no points. He's just exploded in that second quarter. Um, he is another one that is like a magnet to the basketball on a defensive end. Like watching him cut off the passing lanes and getting steals and being physical right back with Zion was like, okay, this is why we paid you, OG. This is why we gave you the big bucks, right? Um and like all the other guys, like shout out to Jordan Clarkson, shout out to Deuce McBride, who just came back from an injury and started, had to knock the rust off a little bit, but played decent. um I'm proud of this team, man, because they really had to fight to get this win. They really had to figure it out. And these are good wins for me, man. Like I can accept wins like this. These hard fought grit. This is how it builds character. You know what I mean? It builds character. It you start believing in each other. It don't matter if you down 17 in the fourth quarter. I believe that we can come back and fucking win this game. And I think they were the most being down by like 12 points today. I think that was the most.
Nah,
Or it was just
it's
it
definitely
was
more.
more than that. It was more than that.
No. You're right. You're right.
It was
It's
like
12.
12. It was 12. They went up 12 on us, and yo, they never wavered. They never, gave up. They just kept fighting back even though the Pelicans kept punching us right back. We just kept countering them. And to me, that was kind of impressive. So shout out to the guys. Shout out to Mike Brown for playing 12 guys. I've never seen that, and I haven't seen that in years. Yo, I haven't seen the Knicks play 12 guys in years, and I haven't seen all 12 guys produce. Like all 12 guys that played today played a role in this win. And I gotta say, shout out from 1 to 12, man. Shout out to every single guy that played out there today, and great win.
Even Yahoo got some burn that
Word.
contributed. And, I was starting to wonder, will we ever see him again in 2025? He performed. He was still a little trigger happy. Obviously, he had to get his legs under him, but I was happy to see what he performed, because I was starting to, my patience was really starting to wear thin with him. So I don't know how y'all feel about him.
Nah, listen, I feel like he said, wait a minute, these young guys is busting ass. They taking my minutes away. Hold up. I gotta start playing better, because if not, I'm completely out of the rotation right now. You got Diarra starting before me. How is this possible? Wait a minute. I gotta come out and start playing better basketball, man. Because if not, I ain't gonna be able to. They're gonna trade me. That's what I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy Yabu got some burn. But there's a few things that I've noticed that wasn't all kittens and rainbows throughout this game. You feel me? Even though I am happy with the way that OG played tonight, the fact that he just kept on chucking up threes kind of was like irking my nerves. You were getting to the cup whenever you pleased, and not only just getting to the cup, you were dunking. Like you were getting to the cup and yamming it. And I'm like, yo, like what he shot like 10 3-pointers tonight and only made like 2 or somewhere else.
OG?
Yeah.
He went 1 for 8.
1 for 8. Yeah, that's nasty.
Yeah.
That's nah, he definitely shot more 3-pointers than that. Nah.
No, it was 1 for 8. It was 1 for 8.
It felt like 1 for 8.
He finished with 23, 11 rebounds, 3 steals and a block. So,
Right.
I mean, all that made up, but at the same time, it's like, yo, you got he's to me, right? Because when he missed those 3-pointers, those shits usually turn into buckets on the other end. You feel me? Like I'm watching the game, it's like, yo, every time you miss a 3-pointer, they go up, they either get easy layup or a 3-pointer. But I'm not gonna complain too much because OG played a hell of a game outside his 3-point shooting. Our perimeter defense tonight was atrocious. You feel atrocious. Sadiq Bey, he is a good 3-point shooter, but he ain't like that. What we saw in the first half, he ain't never been like that in the first half. You feel me? And yes, we won the game, but the game shouldn't have been this close. We should have handled business in the beginning. Jordan Poole, we know he's a microwave. You know what I mean? He gets on my nerve. I hate the way his face look. I hate his hair. I hate all that. You know what I mean? But we know he's a microwave. But it was too many times he was leaving guys wide, butt naked, open pause. And it kind of was like killing momentum. But other than that, other than the things that I just mentioned, and us getting smoked on the boards tonight was kind of crazy. I guess it's to be kind of expected, missing Mitch and Josh Hart, but still, by one of the worst rebounding teams in the league, it's kind of crazy. Even though we know they was putting the emphasis on trying to crash the boards tonight, playing the Knicks, but still, it still was kind of tough to stomach. But a win is a win. I take the dub. JB is who he is. I said this last show. If we down and we under 20 points in the fourth quarter and JB come in the game, I'm like, all right. All right. I guess we about to get this dub then. You feel me? And what else happened? Yeah, we was about to get dub. There was something else I wanted to say.
This is his favorite number right there. Sister's favorite number, 35 assists.
Oh, that's a fact. That's a fact. Ball movement was great. Shout out to Mikal Bridges with 10 assists, which is a career high for him. You feel me? We won this game. JB did his thing, especially at the end. The Cap is who he is, clutch player of the year. But we was getting our ass kicked defensively tonight, and that was like I wasn't really a fan of that shit. You feel me? Like we gave up 70-something points in the first half to the Pelicans team. We was getting out rebounded by one of the worst rebounded teams in the league. And I felt like in the first half we didn't attack the basket enough on a team that has zero rim protection. In the first half, we shot way too many three-pointers. But, thank God we got Jalen Brunson.
Facts.
Thank God we got the captain to save the day. So now the first question of the night is this, right? Which non-starter impressed you the most tonight and why? Knickerbocker started the show first. Cav, talk to me.
Obviously, I think Diawara was the one that impressed me the most with his play and how smart he's able to pick up. I know the 3-point shooting wasn't his forte, but in this game, I think he started off quick, 4 for 4 from the 3-point line. I thought that was pretty impressive. You could see that he's been working on that. But yeah, to me, he was the most impressive. On the defensive end, he played well. With his tall, lanky arms, giving people fits. So yeah, I think he was to me.
Sis.
I agree it was Diawara, but since he gave that answer, I'm gonna go with Deuce. Deuce, first game back, missed the first few shots, but came up huge at the end with big shots. It's good to see him back because we definitely missed him. But good to see, his shots fall. I think he hit 2 big shots down the stretch. And that's huge because, prior to the injury, he was big for us, even, throughout the game and down the stretch as well. And that takes a lot of pressure off JB. So absolutely it was Diawara because he just put up the best game of his career thus far. But if I had to go with someone else, I'm going with Deuce.
Knickerbocker.
I'm gonna pick 2 guys on this one, and I'm gonna give the tip of the hat to Gershon Yabusele and Trey Jamison III. They didn't play a lot of heavy minutes, but the minutes that they were called upon, they contributed. Between the 2 of them, I mean, you just look. Jamison only played 4 minutes, 2 points, a rebound. Gershon played 16 minutes, 9 points, 3 for 5, from the field, 2 rebounds, and an assist, and a big offensive rebound early on in the offset. Obviously, Deuce coming back was enormous for us, especially hitting the clutch free throws at the end of the game to ice the game. But you got to give the tip of the cap to the guys that may not play a lot of minutes, but what they still do is impactful. And without Mitch, without Josh Hart, those 2 guys being down, and you still haven't seen Landry Shamet in over a month. So these guys getting some quality minutes in a game, on a contending team. It's the season of destiny. We've been saying this for over and over again. That's huge for me. So. It's sometimes it's not about the quantity, it's the quality and what you do with the opportunity. So I give it to Gershon and I give it to Trey Jamison III, for their contributions.
Yeah, there was one play that when Trey was in and Zion tried to back him in, and he's tough. He ain't budge. I was like, okay. Granted, I knew they wasn't gonna keep him in the game that long, but that was good to see. At least he was giving OG fits. OG did the best he could, but Zion is just fast as hell. So seeing Trey not back down from that and not even budge at Zion putting his body on him, pause. That was good to see.
Yeah, I would have to. I was thinking of trying to, think outside the box and give it to somebody else, as far as who's the player I want to give the nod to. But I'm going with Diawara. I'm going with Mo. I'm going with Mo Better, Mo Cheddar. You feel me? That's his new name now. Mo Better, Mo Cheddar. You feel me? I'm going with Mo Better, Mo Cheddar, because I wasn't expecting that from him. You feel me? I do have high hopes for the kid. Let's not get that misconstrued, right? You feel me? I do think there's a lot of promise in his game, but if he can augment his game and make like the 3-point shot reliable weapon in what he does, sky's the limit. I was calling him Little OG. You feel me? Because his game reminds me of OG Anunoby, young OG Anunoby so far. But there's a few things in his game that's already way more advanced than OG at that age. One is his ball handling. Pause. That's crazy. His dribbling ability. You feel me? And two, if he can continue to stretch his shooting, it would be his shooting. He's tremendously a high IQ basketball player. You feel me? Like he plays with great intelligence on the court. He's not forcing anything. He knows when to pass the ball. He knows when to drive. He knows when to take advantage of the mismatch. He knows how to take advantage of the mismatch. He's not holding the ball too long, trying to take advantage of said mismatch. He gets to business. You feel me? And he's a hell of a tremendous defensive player already at this young age, and he's only going to get better. I wanted to try to, I could give it to some, nope. Better Mo Cheddar. You feel me? And speaking of nicknames, right? I just want to let everybody know that they heard it here first, right? Mo Better Mo Cheddar. We heard that here first, right? But this one, going to let you know, and it's not like it's an original by me, right? This is kind of stolen, not stolen, borrowed. You feel me? But somebody who put it into practical use and saying this is the nickname for this player. I'm going to let you know you heard it here first at Knicks Edge, right? I'm talking about Jalen Brunson. You know, Alan Hahn made a reference to, you know, the great Mariano Rivera. And he ain't really say Mariano, but if you were a Yankee fan, you know. He said, enter Sandman.
Yep.
I said, oh, shit. Oh, shit. That's JB's new name. The Sandman. Because when he come back in the game, it's night time. You go in the bed into the motherfucking Sandman. Yes. Yes. And I only wish, right? I only wish. This is a humble wish of a Knicks fan, right? We got to clip this shit and we got to put this out so maybe we can get some traction behind this, right? When it's the fourth quarter, right? When it's the fourth quarter and JB's coming back into a tight ball game, right? You have to play into Sandman. You have to play it. You know the shit. You have to play it when JB comes back into the game in the fourth quarter. It's a tight game. You have to play it. I'm sorry. It's the perfect nickname in the perfect situation to make a eternal moment in JB's career. And it's also going to kind of make the other team like, oh, shit. You feel me? Like, oh, shit. JB, they're going to start looking over their shoulder. Like, they paying attention to the game. They be like, oh, shit. JB coming back in. Oh, damn. He's the Sandman from now on. You heard it here first in Knicks-ish, right? And then they have to play Enter the Sandman. I forgot which rock band plays that. I think it's Led Zeppelin, if I'm not mistaken, right? If I'm not mistaken. But it needs to be played.
You're on mute, Nickelbacker.
It's Metallica, bro.
Metallica. My bad. You feel me? Even though I do like that song is fire. But that needs to be played. You feel me?
So basically what you're saying, at Madison Square Garden, if we're in the fourth quarter and it's about 7 or 8 minutes down, you want Madison Square Garden to start.
Yo, cut it, because they go.
Word.
Number 42, Mariano Rivera.
Yeah. It's a fucking Sandman, son. and pack these motherfuckers up for sure. You know what I mean? Yeah, but
And not even, and T-Time, not even if it's a close game, because what's close? 17, 20, 21? What's
no,
close?
whatever we feel in the momentum shifting to the way, like, all right, well, we're about to win this game, and he's coming back in. Yeah, yeah.
I guess that at any point, if
your volume went low.
JB comes in at any point like that, and it could be any lead. I don't think it really matters.
Right.
It's kind of like how I say Steph Curry is always in scoring position. He can be at his house. He's in scoring range. That's it's well within his range. He has no limit. I don't think that there is such a thing at this point. I mean, obviously there is. That's exaggerating, but at the same time, who's going to stop him? I mean, New Orleans did probably the smartest thing I've ever seen any team do, and that is try to get the ball out of JB's hands in the last 5 minutes. And they did a very good job of doing so. But then you have to deal with Deuce, you had to deal with Cat, you had to deal with Clarkson, it's like you want them to beat you? Fine. They will. They're perfectly capable of it. But how often are teams going to be able to be successful in being able to trap and hold off on JB, getting the ball in the last few minutes? I mean, he still scored, almost 30. So, really.
But let's keep it a buck. This is not the first time we've seen teams try to do this.
No.
It is not the first time. And guess what? It don't normally work out. It don't, because either, like you said, he's going to pass the ball to somebody who's going to score, or he's going to do like he did when they tried to trap him, and he just ran by the bigger defender and got an easy layup.
Yep.
Listen.
There's nothing no team can do to stop it. Nothing.
You can do. It's nothing. The only thing you could do is hope that he has an off night.
Yep.
That's the only.
And that don't come often.
He kind of did. He went he went like 6 straight shots where he was coming up short, or he was coming up with air balls, and he was getting frustrated, but he still ended up with what he got. I mean, come on now.
But see, the thing with that is, Knickerbocker, even on an off night, he can miss 8 shots at a time. He come in as the Sandman in the 4th, and shit changes. Shit just changes. It's like automatic, like 4th quarter, like something like clicks in his head, and it's just a different JB on the court in the 4th quarter. It's insane. It's insane to watch. I tell you, I'm screaming because there was this annoying ass New Orleans fan behind me, and I swear he's like, he's a little boy, he's too small. And I looked at him and I said, you gonna regret that shit, because y'all about to get cooked. Y'all about to get cooked.
It's crazy when they start saying he too small this, he too small that, because every time they say that, he just come out of nowhere, and you could put anybody on him. You could even put Wemby on him, and Wemby gets cooked. Like, it don't really matter what kind of player you put on him. To me, Jalen Brunson is the MVP of this season, period.
Shit, they had big ass Sadiq Bey defending him. His big ass nigga look like he a fucking MMA fighter.
They put Zion, but they did try to put Zion on him, and that just didn't work out. So, and it's not just JB. They try to do it with Tyler. They do it to all our young guys, and all our young guys just be cooking.
Yep.
So. I mean, that's what that's what we bought him here for. That's what we signed him here for. That's why he's Clutch Player of the Season. It's for a reason, bro. We trust in him to be that. He wants to be that. He wants to put this team on his back, but what I've noticed more is he's trusting everybody else around him. I see that more now than ever. Like he be looking for guys, and he's not afraid to make that pass anymore. So people can't say that he's a hog anymore, like they've been saying. I
Nah,
love
he
this
puts in that
JB,
work.
man. I love this JB, and I think that this is nothing right now. This is nothing. Wait until playoff time come.
Let me give you a little insight. So this morning, I went to the hotel where the Knicks stayed to see them go to practice and get some autographs and stuff. JB left on the bus by himself, literally 45 minutes before the next player walked out of that hotel, and came back with the whole team. So he was at practice shoot around 45 minutes before even a coach, anybody. He literally, the bus pulled off with just him. He
Yeah.
puts in that work. You love to see that from your leader.
But yo, to Kev's point as well, JB, like, shout out to my guy Matty Smooth in the comments. JB had 10 assists tonight. You feel me? Like, so
He
again,
can average that.
one of the greatest joys I
Mhm.
have rewatching the games, right? Because when the game first aired, I'm in full fan mode. I'm not breaking down much of shit. You feel me? Like, I just retain what I can retain for the come here and talk to you guys. You feel me? But it's not until my second watch that I'm like really like in tune with what's happening with the defense and who's doing what. Like, and the greatest joy I get in rewatching these games is watching JB acclimate to the defense being played against him. Like, watching it him slowly figure it out into the fourth quarter, and it's like, yo, this shit is like either he's a genius or whoever's on the bench is giving him the greatest information on the earth.
So T, what you don't really see, because I was watching him on the bench. Every time he sits on the bench, he has the iPad and he's watching. He's looking at stuff. So, and he's the only player that does it. He's the only player. But every time he goes sits to the bench during a timeout, during his rest, he has that iPad and he's watching stuff.
Yeah. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, who's doing it like that? You feel me? Because it shows come the fourth quarter. He's looking, I'm pretty sure he's looking for where the double team's coming from, looking for where the help is, how they collapsing when he coming into the paint, who's collapsing when he go into the paint. And this is usually turned into him avoiding turnovers, getting better shots, and hitting the open man. And we see it every game. There is no stopping this man. It's none. And anybody who has any notion or any preconceived idea of, all you have to do is do this and then you'll be able to stop JB, shut up. Shut up, you're capping. You do not have the answer, Sway. you do
Nobody
not.
does.
Because what we are watching is one of the greatest primes in NBA history. You feel me? Like, it may not have started off this way, right? But I'm talking about as far as primes go, this is one of the greatest primes in NBA history. There was a young lady, I forgot to get her name. I seen the video, and she did this whole graph, right? About like what happens when, like, in the clutch, when
Yep. And JB was like all the way to the right by himself.
It's like efficiency, like it goes like efficiency versus usage, and then like there's like nobody even in his fucking universe.
Yep.
When it comes to the usage and the efficiency, there's nobody in his fucking universe. You listen, it's in his when I say universe, I want you to take that shit as literal as possible. Think as far as away somebody could possibly be on a graph. That's how it is. You feel me? Like he's not just the most clutch player. He's obviously the best teammate. Because when you hear the young guys talking about, because we were just talking about how everybody steps up off the bench. And one of the people they always mention that talks to them and tell them to stay ready and giving them encouragement is the fucking captain. It's one of the first people. Of course, they have other people, but they'd be like, yeah, Jalen is always telling me to stay ready, and giving me that confidence that when my time comes, I'm going to be ready. Listen, I could not. Tonight, we watched what could have been versus what is.
Facts.
Because we all remember. I think me and Kev did a live for the that draft, that lottery draft, where we was getting the picks, and we didn't get the first pick. Me and Kev was about to cry, for sure. We was about to cry. And then look how the world works. Look how life works. Because we got Jalen Brunson. I couldn't be happier. Zion had a great game, but I couldn't be happier.
So, yeah,
back in my fault.
So the video that we're referencing was posted by New York Sports, but it was originally written and broken down by someone named Leah Camerano. If you haven't done so already, you have to give her a follow. She's on Instagram, and yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm trying to see if I can pull it up so I can upload it, here to our screen. But essentially, exactly
you can share your screen.
Maybe I could try to do that.
Yeah, but yeah,
That's super insane.
Man, it's fucking universe. Yo, and she did the most smartest thing by making it yellow, like he's the fucking sun. Look at that. He's the fucking sun. You see everybody else? That the sun up there, that's Jalen fucking Brunson. Everybody else. It's not even fucking close.
Let me see if I can put the sound on it.
Outside their stadium because of how ridiculously clutch he has been for them. And instead of just saying it, I built a simple linear regression model to show you exactly why he's so different when the game is on the line. The regression model that I built looks at the relationship between how much responsibility a player carries and how efficiently they score in those clutch moments. So on the horizontal axis, which is clutch usage, so basically how many of a team's late game possessions end with that player shooting, getting fouled, or even turning the ball over. And then on the vertical axis is the true shooting percentage, which basically measures scoring efficiency while also accounting for threes and free throws. But this regression line here is showing what normally happens across the league when responsibility increases. Jalen Brunson sits so far at the top right as an outlier. He's carrying one of the heaviest late game workloads and still scoring more efficiently than what math predicts.
He scored more than what math predicts. He's the best. He scored more than he's fucking up math.
And he's ours. And he's ours.
He's fucking up math. I couldn't be happier. Jalen Brunson's the greatest. All right, my bad, y'all. Ooh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm sorry, y'all. Jalen Brunson's on my team. He's on my team. He's on my team. I'm so happy. Happy, bro. I get to watch him play basketball every night. What more can I ask for? Except for the Larry. The Larry is the only thing that's missing now. But I get to watch Jalen Brunson. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. But I do have a few more questions before we get up out of here.
Hold on. Before we move on, just one more time. Number 11, the captain, Jalen Brunson.
Yeah. Oh man, now that's mad funny. Okay. All right. Since we've been praising the bench, we're gonna keep on with this theme before we get into the next complete topic. Who earned more minutes going forward based on their performance tonight? Sis.
It's just getting harder and harder every game to like have to talk about that because every game someone else steps up. I'm gonna go with Mo. I mean, today, he showed that he deserves minutes. I think with him getting more and more minutes, he's being more productive for us. I think his confidence is getting built, and we're seeing results. But it's so hard because the other night was McCullough, it's been Tyler, it's been has had great games. So based off tonight, I'm gonna say Mo, but I think Coach Brown has done such a great job in his decisions of who to have in at certain points. I was really, really critical of him early on in the season. I was over him. I think I said it on the show. I'm over this dude. Like, back him up. But he's adjusted, and I'll say my apologies on that because he's doing the goddamn thing with these guys. And you see it. We talked about it in the chat, and me and Kev didn't agree on Tibbs not playing young guys and trusting them. And that's cool. We could disagree, but even like today, where you see Coach pull out JB and Cat at the end when we needed defense and put in McCullough and I forget who else he put in. But that's huge for a rookie. That's huge. You in at the last play of the game to play defense, and this damn near just your second game getting huge minutes. You know what I mean? So I think, like I said, based off today, I'm gonna say Mo, but I trust coach's decision on who he thinks we need, and it's really gonna be a matchup thing. Who matches up, and who got it on that night? Because shit, I mean, can we play 12 guys every night? I don't know. I don't know.
It would be nice, but that's not really logical.
Right, it's not realistic.
Nigga, my guy.
I don't want to answer this question. And I am thankful that I am not the head coach of the New York Knicks, which I have to make that decision. I'm gonna let the professional who gets paid $5-6 million a year, who gets to wear the free Knick gear, who gets to get up and down the court with these guys. I'm gonna let him decide, because how can you justify giving minutes and taking away minutes from guys that are that are producing and performing at such a high level and in key moments? Yes, given this game should not have even been close. It should not even be the conversation starter. But anybody can be had in the NBA. I mean, if anyone's paying attention around the NBA aside from the Knicks, Oklahoma City is not so invincible anymore. Now, are they? I'm just saying. Golden State making they moves.
We've been saying that about OKC
since last season.
But now it's actually being demonstrated and shown. And sis, you pointed out to us, just a little while ago, Jokic got hurt, and who knows how long he's going to be out. So how
did you see the play? Because it was no contact. It was a non-contact knee injury.
So that's kind of scary if you're a Nuggets fan. So then I have to look at it like this: is like, what team really can beat us? I mean, in a 7-game series, who's going to match up and try to stop Jalen Brunson 7 straight games?
Nobody.
Deal with OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges guarding the perimeter and guarding guarding your guards. You're going to deal
with baby.
Okay, Keith.
and finally, who in the league is going to keep Mitchell Robinson off the glass?
Nobody, baby.
Need I say more?
Yeah. Kev, talk to me. Who deserves more minutes based on their performance tonight?
I mean, to be honest with you, is I don't know. Like, I kind of agree with with Av, because these players made it hard for us to even make a decision like that, bro. The way they all been playing, Tyler, McCullough, and now Diawara. It's kind of hard a decision, especially when you got Shamit who might come back. You still got Josh Hart out and Mitch out, so it's kind of hard, man. I think Mike Brown got a really good problem on his hands with all this talent on this team. He got a really really good problem. A lot of coaches can't say that right now. Um, but I mean, to me, to be honest with you, I think those three young guys, McCullough, Tyler, and Diawara, definitely should get more quality minutes because of how they impact the team when they're on the court, defensively or offensively. You got Tyler Kolek with his vision. Um, he's gotten better on the defensive end of the court. He could shoot from the 3-point line and kill you that way. He'll even flip it, take it to the cup on you, and get an and one. If not, he'll pass it off. See a open guy, that guy knock down the shot. You see McCullough, how well of a defender he is. Baby Josh Hart 2.0 over here, motherfucking right. All you niggas that said my man wasn't that good, there you go. My man McCullough is that guy, bro. I'm telling you. Wait until this is just really his first year playing. Last year he didn't get to see much playing time because he was injured most of the time. But yeah, and obviously Diawara. I mean, the kid, like T. Tom said earlier, the way he plays on the court, he's smart for his age. I think he's only 20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's not
He's
even.
only 20 years old. He's a baby. Yeah, so I mean, those three young guys right there, that's how you start developing them and you start letting them play meaningful minutes, and look what you get. So
Yo, so before I tell you who I feel need to get more minutes, because I'm definitely going to give you a definitive person. We asked the question, right? Last show. Can Tyler and Jordan Clarkson carry the bench in the absence? Well, McBride is back now, but there's still some ring rust there, right? And I'm like, is there a real need for carrying? The bench scored 43 points tonight, if I'm not mistaken. 43 points from the bench. The bench
And we've seen them score more. We've seen them score in the 60s.
Sis,
well, didn't they score 75 in one game or some shit like that?
And the bench is not even healthy right now. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
This was the first game back for Deuce McBride, and he gave you 14. First game back. Clutch free throws. We still missing two people. Well, Josh Hart is a starter. We got one of our bench players now in the lineup. So technically we're still missing two people from the bench, right? And look what's happening. You feel me? There's no need for carrying. This bench is official and legit. Everybody is ready to hoop. Everybody's ready to hoop. And that's the most impressive part about this whole situation. About this situation where Mike Brown having the best problem to have is that everybody stays ready to hoop. Their number get called, they pull right up and ready for some action. Pause. They ready to get to work. And that's the most impressive part. But to answer the question, clearly, Diawara. Mo better, Mo cheddar, clearly. And the reason why I'm going to say clearly, because he gets you watching him literally get better every time he steps on the court. Not just slightly better. There's incremental like steps that's happening in real time
in front of our eyes.
And I'm like, yo, this shit is. And then I found out he only started playing basketball at the age of 16.
5 years ago.
5 years ago? Get that man some more PT. What we doing?
And again, he's only 20.
This is what I'm saying. Get him some more PT. Because we clearly have a diamond in the rough. Clearly. 5 years. He's in it. I don't think people understand. I don't think they understand, y'all.
So he started playing in high school.
What?
Basically.
He started playing basketball at high school, and he's in the NBA. And in his third start, dropped 18 points. This is not a video game. This is real life. These things don't happen this way. It's not supposed to. You're literally talking about somebody who picked up the organized sport of basketball 5 years ago, is now in the league with the best players in the whole entire world. We're talking about 1% of the world of basketball players. The best 1% of the world of basketball players. And he only started playing 5 years ago, and he dropped 18 tonight. And he looked like he belongs. That is kind of outrageous. Like, when you really put it in perspective, that is outrageous. It's not supposed. Most of these guys picked up their game before they even were teenagers.
In diapers.
Facts. They were playing.
Definitely in diapers.
Jalen was definitely in diapers.
They were playing in Pee Wee, like, you feel me, with the Fisher Price rims. You feel me? That's when most of them picked up the game. And this guy, he was 6'8", 6'8". That's tough. 6'8", really long wingspan. Developing a 3-point shot this quick, as efficient as it is, that I need to see more of him playing basketball. I know it's going to be hard to give him minutes, because there's a lot of people who, through tenure and already proven themselves, deserve the minutes before him. But still, you cannot have watched him these last few games and be like, yeah, I'd be cool if he go back to the bench. I can't do it. I need to see more of that. You feel me? Shout out to Mo Cheddar. I threw my hat because that's how real it was. You feel me? When the hat goes flying, that's how serious it is.
I think
they said he's 6'9". He's
225.
So his win.
I'm a fault. Well, I don't know what happened to sis. Maybe her phone died. That's usually what happened. Oh no, there she go. And there she goes again. No, but
that's what it was.
He's 6'9". And you see the way he moves on the court. For somebody who only picked up the game 5 years ago, he plays with a super high level of intelligence. He's only going to get better with more time on the court. And I want to see what that looks like. I want to see what it looks like to have a third Wingstop member. I want to see what that looks like.
I'm kind of curious to see, so far this season, we've seen a game from Tyler Kolek. We've seen a game from Diawara. We've seen a game from just about almost everybody. McCullough too. Back him up, Dadier. You up?
I don't know. The crazy part is when they said They said it. Everybody got off the bench except for Dadier tonight, and I said,
Damn.
Well,
maybe,
you know,
maybe
maybe
he's not as good as we thought he was.
or maybe because obviously he's doing well in the G League, but hopefully he's watching the Uwara, the Tyler, the McCullough, and it inspires him.
Hmm.
Hopefully this inspires him and hypes him up, because we know the kid has some kind of talent. He has some kind of talent. Where it
Kev,
is and why he plays so timid in the NBA is beyond me.
hey,
Because in the
Kev,
G League, he is an absolute monster.
yo,
But he
Kev,
plays timid in the NBA, so I don't know.
yo, Kev. You know who also played well in the G League?
Deuce.
Kevin Knox.
Oh yeah, Kevin Knox.
But Deuce did too.
Deuce, Deuce
But
was listen,
Duke
man.
didn't
Deuce
earn
was
his.
getting a lot of tough love when he first coming up.
But the difference is this, right?
He
Duke,
stayed ready.
he didn't just play well in the G League.
Hmm.
Said it all like they said it the I think the last year of Tibbs' tenure is the fact that they loved what he was doing in practice. They loved his shooting numbers in practice. They was like, it's only a matter of time that he's hitting 9 from 10 in every spot that this translates to the actual game. And then his defense keeps him on the court. You feel me? Like
Mhm.
I haven't seen enough of Dadier yet to say that he can't really defend at a high level, but it must be something. You're talking about a coach who literally plays everybody.
Mhm.
Everybody played tonight. Everybody. Kev, if I was sitting on the bench with a Knicks jersey, I probably would have got some PT tonight. No cap. No cap. 40-year-old, 5'5", 190 pounds, out of shape T-Town would have probably got there and played some hoops tonight. But Dottie ain't get off the bench. That's worrisome to me. That makes me feel like coach sees something that we don't see because everybody else got PT. I mean, I
That's
could be
true.
wrong. I could be wrong
He
because he
right.
did get PT so far this season a couple times. Like
He
it
did.
was,
He
and
did, but it's what did he do with it? Not what
But
these
he
other guys
played.
have. That's the
He
problem.
he he played when he played. He played really timid. He
Yeah,
wasn't playing like the
he
G
played
League
scared.
pack him up. That he played scared. He was very
But
passive.
think about it too, because in most first couple of games, he kind of played that way too. He looked like he was scared to shoot. He didn't want to handle it, but he figured it out.
yeah. So
Hmm.
I'm gonna ask the chat for a favor, right? I don't want to waste my time or your time, you know, getting away from great topics that we talking about, great dialogue like we having right now, to address the haters in the comments. I need y'all to do that for me. Give
Oh,
them
thing
the
one and thing two is in the chat. I can't see it.
Well,
Benji. I don't know. I don't know. He seems like a new one. Benji.
Oh,
But yeah, if they in the chat, handle business. Handle business. I appreciate y'all. Y'all be greatly appreciated because I know y'all don't want to hear me talk to these guys and about their whack ass teams. But yeah, my fault. Whoever I cut off, my bad. I just wanted to say that.
no, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if they showed it on the game today, like on TV. But one thing that super impressed me with Mo is the way he was talking to the guys on
hmm
defense. Did they show that on TV? Because it was just
yeah, he
over
was
and
really
over. He
yeah.
communicated so much on like when they were trying to switch and who was picking up who. And he's like, no, I got this guy. It was so good to see. And again, from a young guy, you know what I mean, taking the lead on defense at the top of the key is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's when I ask a quick question, right? Before we dip up out of here. Like at this point in time, right? Do the Knicks really need to make a trade
No,
playing the way we playing with the guys
no,
that playing? Like, do we really necessarily have to make a trade? I
no,
mean, really
no.
think about it.
Mm.
I'm with you, sis. Like, I'm with you the whole time. I'll be super against trades all the time. If people talk to me, they say, "Yeah, you ain't gonna take what over who? No, no. I'm always the no man when it comes to trade here. Um, but like at this point in time, with the Knicks playing the way they're playing, like I don't see it. I really don't see a need to make a move.
So even I forgot what show it was. I even said it. I'm tired of even talking about it. I'm tired of
It was
talking.
like 2 shows ago.
I'm tired of talking about the hypothetical trade. I'm absolutely sick of it. You feel me? Cause I like what we got. You feel me? I like what we got. You feel me? I think we are in an amazing place as a basketball team and an organization. You watching players that I said it in the beginning, right? When the coach trusts everybody on the roster and everybody on the roster is answering the call, that's the start of a special season. We in special season category now because every night there's somebody that the rest of the country has never even heard of doing an amazing job of turning the tides of games. I don't hate. Hate is a strong word. I disagree with Draymond Green a lot. But he did say something that was slightly profound. And this is coming from somebody who has championship experience, multiple championship ring experience, right? He may not have been the guy that was the cause of the championships, but he was there and knows what it takes to have a championship team and build a championship team. He said players like, I forgot what the player they was talking about. Oh, they're talking about Nick Young. And he was like, you have series turners. You feel me? Like you have players who turn a series. They're not necessarily the stars. They're not necessarily the guys who's been carrying the team most of the season. But they change a game. Their contributions could change the tide of a game and get you a win in a game. And that could ultimately help you win a series. What we've learned so far in the first half of the season, we may have a large collective of series turners, whether it be a Mo Better, Mo Cheddar, Tyler Kolek, Jordan Clarkson, McCullough, Deuce McBride, Landry Shamet. Who else?
Josh.
Josh. Well, Josh is one of the main guys. You can't call Josh the other.
I mean, he's
spark
not a
plug.
main guy. He's a starter, but he's not a main
Be a
guy.
spark plug.
He's a spark plug.
He's a starter. You feel me? Like his role may not be so defined as a scorer. You feel me? But what he does is consistent.
True.
Game to game basis, right? So that's why I don't really consider him one of the other guys. You feel me? He's a starter. He gets a lion's share of the minutes. But the series turners are the guys that you do not really expect the big.
Oh, so then you throw Mitch into that.
Yeah. Series turners. You feel me? We have and when you add that to the best clutch player in the NBA right now, by a large margin. And then when you hear everybody talk about the best clutch player who's worked with him or been around him, they say he has the same stuff that Kobe and Mike got. Tim Duncan got that kind of stuff. Pause. Hey, yo, that was wild. You know, but that same kind of, you know, that same kind of psycho switch that comes on in the fourth quarter that says, "No, I'm winning this game. I'm winning." When you look at the coach and go, coach spent the whole timeout drawing up a play, and then you walk past the coach and say, "Nah, I'm winning this." What?
Yeah.
You officially, and then you go out there and win
and do it right, and then wait, no T, and then come back and say, "I told you."
Yep, he did tell him I told you. He did tell him I told you. We talk about different stratosphere of shit. You feel me? Knickerbocker Ave. This is what?
The season of destiny.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the season of destiny. The season we have been waiting our whole lives for.
All right, before we get out of here, right? One more question. Last question of the night. JJ Jackson was good, my boy. So, if this is the version of the Knicks that we get, deep rotation, shared responsibility, everybody involved, right? Is this the most complete Knicks team we've seen in recent memory?
Is that a question?
It is.
I mean, I was about to say like that.
That is not a real question. Come on, T.
I mean, let's think about it here, though. Let's think about it here, man. We've been fed. I've been fed.
Let me define what recent memory really entails, right? Because
talk about the 90s.
Yes, that's still part of recent memory. Because you got to remember, this is one of the oldest teams in the NBA. So yeah, the 90s is still recent memory in the grand scheme of things. You feel me? So yes, is this one of the most complete teams? Oh, we had to ban him too. Damn.
What he said.
Another one bites the dust.
I'm gonna be honest with you though. I'm gonna be honest with you. For me, I could only go back to the 90s. I can't go because I didn't really watch. You know, I was more of a like baseball, football. I was way too young. Me, I gotta say since the 90s. Because before I never seen anything like it. I mean, even when Tibbs got here, it was just a working process. That one team with Melo, that wasn't really a
90s and now. That's what makes
not 6'7".
That's the part of the question that makes it different.
He's saying, is it the 90s or now then, Kev?
I mean, to be honest with you, I think now is more complete because I think we got way more talent. I think Patrick Ewing, it was just Patrick Ewing. You know what I mean? JB got Cat. Patrick Ewing ain't have a player like JB next to him. You know what I mean? And then, you know, with all the players that JB and Cat got around him with Josh, McCall, OG, Deuce, like you keep going down the list. To me, this is the most complete team that I've seen in my Knick fanhood. The most. I haven't seen a team yet like this.
Yeah. Sis.
I'm gonna have to agree. I think this is the most complete team. I think, you know, both offensively and even with, you know, McCall and OG's defense, this team is it. I mean, We don't say this is the season of destiny for no reason because we have just an okay team. We say this is the season of destiny because we know that this team is it. There was plenty of times where, in the 90s, we had great teams. You know what I mean? Like we had the John Starks, we had the Oakleys, the Mace, but we knew what they can give. Right now, we don't even know what all these guys are fully capable of. We've only, tips that, seen just glimpses of it. I think this is absolutely the most complete team. This is absolutely the most fun team I've watched. Um, Game after game after game. Those 90s teams, they had great moments, but not consistently game after game after game like this. I mean, and maybe it's just, we're older, we're able to, enjoy it differently than, when we're teenagers, in the Michael Jordan type era. But this team is special, man. And man, I'm so glad I'm here to see this shit in my lifetime.
Knickerbocker.
No pun intended. Shout out to Craig Tucker, my boy.
That's my bro.
This is difficult because I'm thinking back of all the teams that we've had. We've had a shitload of bad ones. So you look at 92, 93, 94, 95, when the Knicks were consistently winning 50 games or over. And, barring the 2012 season when we won 54 games with Melo, JR, Iman Shumpert, and the AARP.
All the seniors.
As Dinez says, the AARP team. It's hard to say that wasn't a complete team. Obviously, you're not. We can't count the 70 and 73 champions because, one, none of us were alive for that, and two, obviously they don't count. They were champions. So if you look at all the teams, from history's past, you then have to look at it, position for position. So is Jalen Brunson the best point guard we've had?
Absolutely.
Since I'm pretty sure that people will throw in Rod Strickland or Mark Jackson. I think JB's better than both of them. Is this the best 2-3 combination or Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby? I mean, 90s teams, argue, well, what about Mason and Oakley? What about, it's like strong argument, kind of hard to differentiate it.
Offensively, they're better. Offensively, right now, they're better. Mikal and OG.
Offensively, without a doubt, they're better. Defensively, it's hard to tell because it was a different time and
different type of game. Yep.
Yeah, and fouls were only called if you drew blood. So
yeah, they played more physical. They were allowed to play stupid physical back then compared to now. You can't even reach in no more.
So I actually have to I want to hold reserve judgment on this one because I want to be fair to this team. Does it look like it on the eye test? Absolutely. But then if you really have to sit there and look at it position by position, possession by possession, game after game, I don't know. I think it might be. It definitely might be because we've never had a player who can be
the same
so much, so efficient, and just I don't want to say. I'm going to say it. So Kobe-esque. The Mamba mentality exists still today, and it's in the embodiment of Jalen Brunson. Not comparing him, not saying anything, but the mentality, the approach, the effort, the way he goes about his preparation. If that's not Mamba mentality, then I honestly do not have a fucking clue what it is.
All right, so I'm going to say absolutely this is the most complete team I've seen in recent memory. Now, no disrespect to the 90s. Absolutely no disrespect, because that is the second. No, yeah, that's the second. It's debatable. It's debatable. They did a lot. Right? The ARP team didn't fulfill their destiny. But it was, if you look at that team realistically, if they didn't get hurt, we had a deep run in our future, right? The ARP team. But I'm gonna give the 90s the second, because Patrick Ewing is Patrick Ewing. If you watch Patrick Ewing play, you know exactly. There's no need for me to explain. If you experience those moments, you already know what's up. If you see Patrick threw his arms up like this in the Garden, nothing else needs to be said, right? It's Pat, right? And then, but unfortunately, he never played with another All-Star. Not one. Not one other All-Star Patrick Ewing played with. His entire Knicks career. That is crazy, right? But then you immediately compare it to this team, which is something that we almost skipped over, and we're going to talk about it directly after this before we get up off this stage. Got 5 guys getting All-Star voting. 5. 5 times.
You can't see me.
You got 5 times. You got 5 guys in the All-Star running right now. Never happened while Pat was on the team. Never happened.
By the way, put in your votes. Put in your votes.
Yeah.
Make sure you're voting.
Yeah, we gonna get
Make
a little
sure
bit
you
more
vote.
depth into that. You know my memory bad, so I got to get through my little soliloquy. But yeah, it never happened, right? And then I like what was happening when the position by position was being broke down. But I gotta redo it again, because I didn't want to interrupt nobody, right? I didn't want to interrupt nobody. But obviously JB is the best point guard ever. Then you talking about the 2 guard, right? Earl Pearl got that. But we're not comparing it, right? We're not comparing the 70s. Then we got to go to the 90s, because that's to me, in between the 90s and there, that's where you find the second best 2 guard, which is John Starks.
What about Houston?
Thanks for the correction, for sure. Thanks for the correction. And then who's running 2 right now? That would be No,
Josh.
Josh is running a 2. I'm taking Josh over Allen. I am. I'm taking Josh over Allen. You know why? We talking about a Swiss Army knife versus a shooter.
Sure.
We're talking about a Swiss Army knife. It might be blasphemy, but hear me out. This is a hear me out moment.
Blasphemy!
It's not blasphemy, though. It's not blasphemy.
It's
not.
It's a Swiss Army knife versus a shooter. You're talking about somebody that can do a little bit of everything, from get you 15 rebounds, from scoring 30 points, from getting you 10 assists. He does everything. Steals. Everything. Allen Houston, how many 10 assist games Allen Houston ever had? How many? Yeah, you could do your Googles, and I guarantee you he's not even close than what Josh Hart had in one season.
Just last season. Just last season is enough.
Close. And we're not going to talk about rebounds because we know the answer. We're not going to talk about who's the better defender because we know the answer. So outside of scoring prowess on a consistent night-to-night basis, right? Josh Hart checks off every other box. Every other box. It's not one other box that you could give Allen Houston over Josh Hart aside from scoring.
You're right.
And to add to that, Josh Hart has had 16 triple doubles to Allen Houston's nothing.
You know what I mean? So that's the
Yo, his ad libs on these is hilarious.
So then we go to the 3. Melo played the 3 when he was with us. It's Melo. You feel me? It's Melo. We're not even gonna pretend or joke. It's Melo. And even though again I made the case for Josh over Allen Houston, Melo was just such a better scorer than Mikal. It's such a far gap in that regard alone. 62 points. Enough said. 62 points. Enough said. Right? So Melo gets the 3. Then we go to the 4. No. Wait. Oh, yeah. OG's playing the 4.
More often, yes.
OG got that. Since the 90s, OG got that. We're going Oak.
Offensively, definitely OG got
Amari?
No, I didn't say that.
No, I'm just saying. No.
Oh.
He's just throwing them out. So between Oakley, Amari, obviously you go Oakley. Now Oakley versus OG.
You do OG.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
You do OG because Oak was Oak defensively, but OG is OG defensively and offensively.
Oak couldn't score.
Right, exactly.
He could. It's just that wasn't his job. His job was to be the enforcer. So if you go,
I mean, that's OG's job too, and he's giving us points.
If you're going by skills, you give it to OG on just skills. But in terms of impact, I don't know. Charles Oakley, just saying that man's name evokes a thought.
You know why? Because it's folklore. It's OG doesn't have the tenure yet,
and it's Charles fucking Oakley. That's why.
and Oak has the tenure. He played here a number of years. It was a number of playoff series. I'm saying with time, OG's going to eclipse that. It's going to eclipse that. We've already seen.
I know Dolan wants that to happen, of course.
Not even. Dolan offered to retire Oak's jersey, and he refused. So it's Oakley that
being difficult.
Yeah, Oakley doesn't want it to. Oakley wants it to happen at this point because Dolan wants Oakley back in the building. But Oakley wants a grand OG West. Oh, I'm so. That's not going to happen.
No,
got to be realistic here. It's not going to happen. What better ode to you than putting your number in the rafters, homie? Because your stats don't belong next to anybody else's up in the rafters. Let's be perfectly honest. You get impact wise in the field that you gave us, yeah, maybe. But numbers wise, the guys in the Raptors, you don't belong up there with them for reals. You know what I mean? But now back to what I was saying. I give OG over Oak. Yeah, I mean, overall game, OG. Then obviously the 5 is who the 5 is. You feel me? So that's 2 positions out of 3. And then you compare the bench now to all the other benches. This is like what we talking about. What we talking about? You know what I mean? But real quick before we get out of here, can you put the All-Star graphic back up, please? Very proud to have 5 of our guys up there. Jalen Brunson at 3, Karl-Anthony Towns at 7. Who else? OG at 13, and Josh Hart at 16.
Mikal is up there too.
Mikal's at 15.
Oh, yeah. 15. My fault. Very proud to have all that, right? I think everybody could be boosted up on that list. But the most important part here, right? Absolutely the most important part here. Jalen Brunson's supposed to be number 1. He's supposed to be number 1. And I'm gonna tell you why. The guy who's number one is on the losing team. They got more losses than they got wins. They're not even in the play-in right now.
How's Maxey over him though?
Tyrese Maxey, they are a playoff team. They're sitting as the 6th seed. But we're talking about the number 2 seed. We're talking about the number 2 seed here. And he's playing very impactful basketball. Jalen Brunson needs to be number 1. It's Knicks fan. Obviously, we're doing what we're supposed to do. 5 guys out of 20. That's really tough. And we talk.
I figure Paolo Banchero should be a little bit higher than 19, but
he ain't really been hooping like that. To be perfect.
No, the team is worse with him on the court.
Yeah, like
right. But at the same time, we all know this is a popularity contest, and he'll get the Brazilians to support him. Obviously, Giannis has the worldwide appeal. The fact that Maxey's at 2 is surprising to me a little bit, even though we know he's a gifted and talented guy. Jalen Johnson, I think, is a little too high. It is what it is. Jalen Brown should be probably over Mitchell, but that's just me nitpicking. And Cade Cunningham is right where I think he is. So,
I win wise, that rings true, right? But Donovan Mitchell been hooping, homie. Like, yeah,
you know that. I mean, we know Spider can freaking hoop, but in terms of popularity and and fans,
Donovan is way more popular than Jalen Brown. Jalen Brown is kind of an asshole. People don't really like him.
All right.
People don't really like him, and I see why. You feel me? Because that's the guy who was trying to make fun of Josh and Jalen Brunson when he grabbed a whole handful of Josh nuts. Grabbed a whole handful.
He talk about the Knicks on every freaking stream he get on.
Yo, I've never seen somebody whose feelings were so hurt by a playoff loss. Like, I've never seen it. Like, that's all he think about. That's all he talk about. He have
nightmares about us, T. I mean, I would too if you got smoked at home. Up 20 got smoked. I would have nightmares too.
And he like, but we was up by 20. We was up by 20. This girl be like, baby, you okay? But we was up by 20. But we was. That's how you feel every time. You go to sleep. We shot too many threes. We shot too many threes. Huh? Oh, no. Are you okay, baby? Yeah. I just saw Jalen Brunson again. Mikal Bridges blocked my shot. Final seconds. I saw it. Every time I close my eyes, I see it. I see them jumping up and down. Confetti everywhere. Orange and blue. Every time. Yo, because literally, every time I see a clip of him on his stream, he's talking about the Knicks. He talking about the Knicks. What you need to be talking about is your trip to Turkey to fix that hairline, homie. That's what you need to be talking about. Instead of putting marks on my man OG jersey. Putting marks on my man OG jersey. That's nasty. But yeah, make sure y'all vote, please. Keep on voting for the
every day. Every day.
Every single day you can vote. Let's get JB to 1. Let's move the rest of our guys higher up on that list so we can get not only 2 in by the fan vote, maybe we get 3 in by the fan vote, which would be crazy, right? Which would be crazy. And I think OG deserves it. I think Josh deserves it. The whole starting 5, let's be perfectly honest, they've been hooping. They've been hooping at an all-star level. You know what I mean? Can we get Josh and Moose improved? Like or something. I feel like he kind of deserves that. I don't know. I feel like he kind of deserves that. Like all that needs to happen. But yeah, let's pack this up. We are hour and 30 in. It
Can
is
I
so-
can I say something?
Yeah.
Karl-Anthony Towns, bro, we love you here. But every time you face a team that has a good player that plays your position, you giving us a little bit. I need more from you. I need more aggression. I need you to not look timid when you're playing the Zion Williams of the league and the Wimbies of the league. I need you to be Cat, the big bodega, because they cannot stop you. Stop playing timid against teams that have another big man. They cannot stop you. I told you that today, and you only gave me 12 points. I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay. I'm glad we won, but I'm not okay with that. I need the aggression, my guy. We go to San Antonio. I need to see Cat, not what we saw today. I need Cat, please. Thank you.
So, sis, on most games about Cat, you're right. Tonight, you know I don't blame him. They called Cat on some bullshit today.
No, they did.
Yo, that first foul, he caught an elbow to the grill, and they called that a foul on Cat. The second foul, Zion Williamson literally, Cat was in his path. He lowered the shoulder and drove into his hip. They called the foul. That's some bullshit. The third foul, I can't remember what really happened, but I remember.
Yeah, Zion kind of lowered his shoulder into him again. I agree they called nonsense, but the reason I'm saying this is because this has been repetitive this season.
No, that's what I'm saying. Most of the times you were right, but tonight I don't really blame Cat. And I respect the fact that he knows even if he's not being super aggressive, he's more valuable on the court than off because teams have to pay him attention.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Plus, I felt the need to say it because you know what? Every time we call him out, he shows up.
Yeah. And shout out to the Knicks organization, right? Because I know what they did. I peeped what they did. And y'all smart. I like it. We're playing Wimby next.
Oh, yeah.
We go rest Mitch tonight.
Literally, when I saw the injury report and it said Mitch is out, I said, they're not gonna play him back to back like that. And they know that they have a center. And so we need him more for San Antonio.
Yeah. And if Mike Brown's smart, every time Wimby in the game. Because they play his minutes weird. Hey, Mitch, don't even look at me.
Get up.
You see that 7'4" motherfucker get off the bench? You get up too. Don't look at me.
Facts.
You won't pass me and be like, Coach, who I'm getting. That's all you do. Word. But yeah, yo, shout out to everybody that pulled up tonight. Y'all already know the rivalry. Sharing is caring. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Sharing is already caring. Turn on the notification bell, set it to all. If you want to cop some Knicks and Ish merch, make sure you go to the Knicks and Ish Shopify. The link is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. It's been scrolling across the bottom of the screen the whole entire live. And if you're already on the YouTube, just go to the YouTube page. It's right there. I don't think I forgot anything, but yeah.
Except we need to know. I want to ask the people in the comments. Do you want to join us on New Year's Eve? Or do you want to take a day off?
Yeah. Let us know. Facts.
I'll be here.
Let us know.
I'll be here. I'll be on the road, but I'll be here.
I might not be at the crib, but I can make myself available for sure.
I might be too drunk, so.
And that's another thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I get too drunk, I start rambling.
Yeah, because you know what? It's been a couple of weeks since we've had to do I think we need one at least before 2025 is over.
Now, somebody got pissed me off, man. Y'all gotta give me some good information for somebody. See, y'all gotta be like, yo, T-Top, look, this is it. They talking crazy. And then I'll be here for a rant. You feel me? I just don't want to be ranting for no reason, but give me some good rant material. I got y'all. But yeah, thank everybody for pulling up.
How about we just say one name? Paul Pierce.
What did he do now? Yeah, you feel me? What did he do now? I got a rant for him on deck. You feel me? yeah. Thank everybody for pulling up. We see y'all next time. Somebody got to do it.
Hit the outro.
Damn it, I'm not ready. Do it again.
Hit the outro.
Mic check 1, 2. Tell these rappers I'm outside, get them start acting up. Turning hoes to housewives, I'm cleaning the ratchet up. Do it all from boom back to melody rap. Think I'll put you in the box, then you might as well pack it up. Bars having bars, no cap, I'm Attica, you a precinct. How y'all competing when y'all just decent? Your rhyme efficiency's like logic simplicity. Don't tell me how much that